Hi, my name is Eddie Santos. I'm a retired Army Sergeant with more than 23 years, and I am a disabled vet. I've been all over the place trying to get assistance for my disability. And as for right now, the only person that seemed to help me out was when I went to the congressman's office, tried to get some assistance for him to help me get my prosthetic leg fixed. So finally the congressman had me the opportunity to go to Palo Alto in San Jose, California, where they finally fixed my prosthetic. If you need help and you seem to not get it anywhere, you should go see our congressman with the people he has there to help us veterans get what we need and what we deserve for doing our time in service for the freedom of our island and for our country.
This ad was paid for with official funds from the office of Congressman Michael F.Q. San Nicolas.
Funerals actually take a lot more planning than I expected. With us using island cuisine for the first time, of course we were iffy, but once they came and showed us their service, their food, tasted their food and everything, we definitely use them again because their service and food is just awesome.
With the horses, I'll swim through the sea, I'll climb to the mountain tops, won't you come follow me? I'll take time to notice all that I see, and after I've come so far, you know where I'll be. I'll fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away home. I'll fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away home. But life is a vision, that's how it should be. Canvas, and the choices are free. At the end of the journey, where all is complete, they'll all wonder where I've gone, but you know where I'll be. I'll fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away home. Fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away home. Our dreams last forever. For all that we know, the roads come together, and that's where we'll go.
The Pampas
and elite wish we go away
because we are
real and direct.
No interest owns us,
and we have no interest but the truth.
Together we are exposing
corruption.
Together we will reform criminal justice.
Together
we are fighting violence
against women and children.
We here at
Kandit
will shine the light
on every corner of darkness. Together we are giving a voice
to the voiceless
and forgotten.
Stay lit.
Together.
Together we
are giving a voice to the voiceless and forgotten.
We are Kandit News Group.
Half a day and welcome to Kandit. I'm Johnny Rosario.
I'm Denise Pangolinan.
I'm Sandra Regis Sayal.
And thank you for joining us. Tonight's show, I just want to welcome these two lovely ladies in helping me host tonight's show. We need to talk about our bills first. So let's get to Buen Pubetu. Oh, I didn't open it. Buen Pubetu is a company. If you order from them, they will deliver you. You just have to deliver it to you. You just have to go to BUENPRUBECHU.com, put in your order, and they will deliver it to you. 100% of their proceeds go back into the community. So stay healthy, Guam. And Island Imports is run by Gabe Baker. Pre-order your custom Hi-Jet mini trucks. If you contact Gabe at, where's that number? 929-7456. He can help you. They're beautiful trucks. You can order pre-order customized trucks. Just take a look at his website or on Facebook at Isla Imports. Is that it, Prim?
And the shirt.
Oh, t-shirts. Oh, I didn't give you the pictures of the new shirts. Guys, we have new shirts coming out this week. Sorry, I will get that to you. But here are our first round of shirts. It's black. It's $25, and you can contact me at 797-7082. We only have a few sizes left. And then, how do I get out of here? Wait, guys. I'm trying to get to our comments.
Oh, here, I can look. Let's see.
What are comments?
Yeah.
Let me scroll back up. Hello, everybody.
Guys, Gus passed away, so Troy is mourning Gus. But he's working. We're all here trying to cheer him up, and yeah. And Tony bought us some pizza, so thanks, Tony. Oh, and guys, Togi Guam actually reached out to us because all the donations that we received at the end of it, what I did was I took everything we had left, called them to come pick it up for the people in recovery. So Togi Guam was able to come and pick up everything.
That's nice.
We received an email today from them thanking Kandit for donating to them, and they want to know if there's any more donations because they are in need. It says, if possible, we have a high volume of assistance needed. So Togi is very, they don't talk about their clients, but these are people who are in recovery. We don't know what they're recovering from, but it's all kinds of stuff.
Right.
So if you are able to donate to Togi Guam, you contact Brian at 989-6687 or his cell at 788-5863. if you don't want to go through Togi, you can always come here and drop it here. I'll accept it.
Or you can call me. I live in the South.
Okay.
My phone number is 488-4801, and I will pick up whatever you have to donate, and I'll get together with Johnny, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, Togi doesn't only help the person that needs help. They also, it's a family-based project. So they also help kids and their families. So Togi's a great great company to get. They have all kinds of help. If you need help because you're addicted to ice, if you need help because you're addicted to gambling, if you need because you're addicted to opiates,
you're addicted to.
or if you're addicted to sex, you know, any addiction. Brian at Togi's awesome. If you don't want to go through Togi, you can also go through Guam Behavioral Health. Those guys are awesome there as well. But right now at the stage, I got some very sad news. Somebody has passed away of they're not really saying, but according to sources, this person has passed away through fentanyl or a bad pill.
Yeah.
So I think they're doing an investigation. So they asked me if I could just put it out there for people to be very, very
Vigilant.
and extra careful when you are, you know, I'm not condoning drug use.
But
I'm just
know
saying
that
it's out there. It hit our streets.
Bad
so
stuff.
if we can help each other and just find out where it's from and let's get it off. Let's help get it off the streets. So if you are aware, I don't know who you're supposed to turn to and turn that into, but please, there's something out there that's not good for the island, and if we can just help each other. Okay, what's next? Oh, picture, please, picture.
Oh yeah, the picture.
Yeah, of my
Oh
puppy,
please,
of my
Poppy
puppy.
Chulo.
My daddy.
670.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Here's Poppy Cholo 670. Poppy Chulu, Poppy Cholo. That is the governor of Saipan, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? And this is what the governor of Saipan is doing with their money.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to read this?
Sure.
You have to tell everybody where that screen shows.
Oh, that is a Zoom conference call.
Oh,
and
Poppy
that
Chulo.
is his screen name. Poppy Chulo 670. Come on, computer.
He looks like a fool. I can't even contain myself. All he needs is a hat, and he'll look like one of the 7 droids.
Yeah. And he's the king of Cheetos too.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
he loves Cheetos.
Jesus,
I
what?
don't know why that's not opening, but here.
That's okay. Thank you.
Just, you don't have to read that. Or, yeah, read that. Just go down.
Poppy looks like
Oh, thank
droopy
you.
dog.
Okay.
I'll do this.
CBF drug office used money for $3,500. That's $3,500. Sofa set, $2,000 one day grocery bills.
There you go.
Where's the they don't say a problem? The substance abuse and rehabilitation program run by Governor Ralph Torres, very special assistant Yvette Sablon, used community benefit fund money to travel to purchase $2,145.35 in groceries from the supermarket on one day alone, and to buy 2-piece gray sofa set from Townhouse Furniture for $3,597. These are among purchases listed in a May 1st, 2018 report of the use of CBF money given to the SARP on February 23rd that year. The report prepared by the program director, Esther Y. How do you spell that? Milne.
Milne?
Yeah, Milne. To then Secretary of Finance, Larissa Larson, details the use of $222,228.28 expended of the total $300,000. Mr. Torres earlier had requested Imperial Pacific International, which is the CNMI LLC, to release to the CNMI government for the substance abuse program. More than half of the funds expended, $141,617 was reported from the object class category. 64,520 improvements. $12,958 was spent on office furniture and fixtures. $1,124 was spent on fuel. $16,020 was spent on supplies. And this was all within a 2-month period. That's a lot of money. I can't scroll up.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry. And all of this was in a 2-month period, remember. In one day alone, March 9th, 2018, the SARP spent $2,145.35 on groceries at Joe 10 Supermarket, including A1 steak sauce, Country Crock Tub Light, boneless pork buck, and so much more. The report is known as Document 56 among a series of documents related to the CBF disclosed by the CMI government to the legislative independent minority. Yeah, that's just wow. The CBF was, how do you say that? Oh my God, who's writing this? Some intelligent person.
Statutory.
I apologize. I'm nervous.
That's Troy. Troy writes.
He's so articulate. Yeah. Created as a contractual obligation of the IPI to the people of the Commonwealth for the remittance of what is supposed to be the sum of $38 million into this fund thus far. According to documents, however, only about $10 million has been deposited. Mr. Torres also relinquished the Commonwealth's control of the money in an early document. Of note is that this is at least the second renovation of furniture purchases on record between 2016 and 2018 for the Very Special Assistance Office. Kandit reported the first spending spree for the office from expenditures reimbursed to Mr. Torres himself in 2016. Reimbursement documents show Mr. Sablan purchased $1,221.97 of supplies from Ace Hardware CMI to renovate her office in 2016. The purchases were purportedly conducted by Mr. Torres, but the reimbursements and the receipts documents clearly show that the items would be delivered to Ms. Sablan. The purchases did not go through the procurement process, which makes the use of public money illegal. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. But that's not all. A second reimbursement memo shows the governor purchased fireworks for $288 for Ms. Sablan without procurement authority, and a third reimbursement memo shows the Commonwealth hosted a barbecue in violation of the procurement code for Ms. Sablan at a total of $246.92.
Yep. So that is your CNMI governor, ladies and gentlemen. One more time. Put
the picture
one more
up.
time, Prim.
Poppy!
Poppy Chulo 670. So that is his. That's called a handle.
Yeah.
Is that called a handle?
That's his handle.
I want to search that name and let's see what apps he's on or what websites.
Yeah.
Right. We can do that.
Yeah.
We should do that.
Swipe left.
Yeah. Thank you, Poppy Chulo.
Oh my God.
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get into my freaking computer and I can't.
Here, take this on.
Okay, next. I did something there. Something happened. Okay, the next story is Kandit is doing into the CNMI government's finances. We've been following this since last year, I believe, November. So we've been, we're not over there. We have one person over there, but we're just doing a series of all this misuse of funds.
Because clearly it's not just Guam.
It's not just Guam.
It's all our
Right
sister
now,
islands.
before it was the Saipan governor beating Guam,
Yeah.
because we were always reporting on the Saipan stuff.
Yeah.
Now our governor is showing her
True colors.
You know what?
Oh
So-
yeah. She's untouchable. So she thinks.
Nobody listens to Kandit, so she says.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to the congressman. Banks Brim, you can go to my screen now. Banks that rejected plan to pay stimulus faster now want to bank your $1 billion in unemployment. 2 months ago, Congressman Michael Nicholas proposed a plan to pay out federal cash stimulus checks by mid-April. The plan involved the government of Guam guaranteeing to local banks that if they loan the 1,200 one-time payments to qualified residents back in April, Gov Guam would pay the money when the funds arrived. Neither Governor Lulian Guerrero nor the Guam legislature heeded the plan. And while the government of Guam received the stimulus money weeks ago, thousands still haven't been paid. One reason senators did not create the program when the congressman proposed it in early April was a letter from the Guam Bankers Association by its president, Ed Ontalan. Mr. Ontalan is with First Hawaiian Bank. On April 7, Mr. Ontalan wrote to senators stating, quote, "It is impossible to implement this plan in such a short period from the standpoint of logistics, practically, and regulation. I admire the congressman's zeal to try to arrive at a solution, but there's a lot of collaboration and time needed for a plan of this magnitude. This is a $140 million loan from banks we're talking about," end quote. The Guam Bankers Association inability to process $140 million in April has now changed into an extraordinary ability to process $1 billion in unemployment money and potentially thousands of new accounts. The member banks are encouraging residents to open new accounts with them, through which an estimated $170 million in retroactive unemployment direct deposits will be made to nearly 20,000 qualified workers at one time at the start of the payouts. The Guam Department of Labor has notified banks and the public about the impending start of the payouts. An online application process is supposed to open this week. One of the requirements for receiving the unemployment money is a bank account for the government to deposit the money weekly. GBA now is encouraging new accounts with its member banks. Quote, "Now, if only they had agreed to these logistics 2 months ago when we were advising stimulus loans," Mr. San Nicolas lamented on the time wasted and the backward logic of the GBA and the local government. People would have had their money faster and the same infrastructure would have been in place. The following banks are the members of the GBA, the organization that rejected the proposal to get stimulus money to residents faster, and now is clamoring for residents to establish new accounts with them for the flow of about $1 billion of money. $1 billion of money. ANZ Guam, Bank of Guam, Bank of Hawaii, Bank Pacific, First Commercial Bank, First Hawaiian Bank. You do not need to open a new bank account in order to have the government deposit your unemployment check. You may open a new account at a credit union. Here is a list of credit unions on Guam. Coast 360, 477-8736. Community First Federal Credit Union, 472-8210. Navy Federal Credit Union, 1-888-842-6328. Pentagon Federal Credit Union, 1-800-247-5626.
I have Coast 360. They're a great bank.
I have Community First Federal Credit Union.
I didn't go local. I went with the credit union.
I don't bank locally.
Well, you should
Sorry.
open
I'm not sorry.
Community First Federal Credit Union. They're a really good bank. They do notary and all of that
Everything?
good stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're great there. They always answer calls and yeah. Okay, next. Do you want to do the next story? Okay, let me. Oh, let's read comments before we get into
Oh, yeah.
the two main stories. Okay, let me find it. Is our internet slow? Slow a little bit? I mean,
Tanya Toby said that sofa set helps with clients recover while they serve them barbecue pork butt slathered in A1 steak sauce and lightly buttered pan tuba.
What is she's talking about? The CNMI governor, right? Yes. Kelly Rodriguez says yes. I know. Reply was messed up. Oh, I don't know what she's referring to. We didn't. Doria says, did you guys do a story on the fentanyl out on the streets? We actually didn't do a story, but I did mention it that it is out there. Troy, I'll ask Troy if he can look more into it because I don't really understand maybe you do. Do you understand the whole reason why fentanyl is bad and why it'll kill you?
I do. Fentanyl, okay, first of all, most fentanyl isn't meant to take, to mix with other drugs. And what they're doing is, most fentanyl right now comes in a patch. And what they're doing is they're opening those patches and they're mixing it, creating a deadly cocktail. Because, I mean, just enough drop, just the wrong mixture chemical-wise, you have to be a rocket scientist to know what you're doing here because it can be a deadly concoction. Actually, that's what's killing a lot of people in the States right now. It's because...
Well, it just hit the streets.
Yeah, now it's here in Guam, unfortunately. Yeah. And this is like some stateside stuff that was a concern, that they've had 300 people in a day die in certain cities because of this fentanyl mix. And they're trying to find different ways because, the FDS is trying to...
Yeah, they stopped making what it is to make the opiates
they're
that
monitoring.
These people need.
Yeah. And so they're trying to cut down on the ingredients that they can access off the street, and they're putting restrictions now. So people are taking this drug and they're alternating it to make it potent to mix because you have to have certain mixtures to make the drugs that are available here. We're limited.
Well, apparently it came from off island. It came in, and now it hit our streets. And there's some people. So I know of two people who one has passed, and then there's one suffering. I believe they're in the hospital. Doria we'll try to find out more information. My friends just contacted me to let the public know that this is out there, and we need to be extra careful so we can save each other's lives.
Yeah.
As much as we don't want to admit that this is happening on our island, it's
out here.
Yes. Who else? Mary Denina says, fly high, Gus. Kelly Rodriguez says, Troy's dog, Gus. Johnny, I am so very sad and sorry. Kelly, I'll let Troy know. He's probably reading all of our comments.
Check 1 2, test 1 2.
Brad Hewitt, by far the beast. Never use a local bank. The best. Never use a local bank or CU on Guam.
Brad was telling me Navy Federal Credit Union. He said by far it's the best. He told me and I was like, no way, Brad. No, it's community first. And he was all like,
I'm not sure if you don't. I don't know if you have to be promote someone has to give. Let the bank know, Navy Federal. Yeah. I don't know. They might do that. They might have to do that.
Usually, if you have
Navy
somebody
Federal,
that you're related to in the military, especially the Navy, they can go in there and sponsor you.
They're sponsored.
Yeah,
so I'm not sure how that works. Maybe we should find out.
But as a second grade, I'm just going to tell you, I've had Coast 360 since I've been on the island, and I've had a couple fraudulent incidents where they rectified it immediately. They never gave me the runaround and never made me feel like it was my fault and I had to do their job for you, because a lot of these banks here, if something happens, they're the worst bank.
Bank makes you feel like it's your fault.
They're the worst bank, and they make you feel like it's your fault, that you could have prevented it, and then you have to do their work for you. You have to do their job, and that's not why I bring you my money, and I want a financial institute.
I don't do the bank thing.
Yeah, I want a financial institute that's going to do your job. I entrust you with my livelihood. This is what I'm going to use to pay my bills and stuff. So I want a bank that's going to fight for me and rectify anything immediately without making me feel like I'm a criminal.
You didn't have to ask them for forgiveness or help.
No,
they automatically gave it to the people, right?
Yeah, they're good. Yeah, they're a good bank.
Okay.
They're a good bank. And so if you can't get in Navy Fed, try Coast 360.
And if you're still banking with Bank of Guam,
please
open another account.
Or
Let's not help Lou
Let's
anymore.
stop pretending like there's
Yeah.
rainbows and unicorns and all of that.
There's no such
when
thing.
we know, please just do Guam a favor
Yeah.
and just get rid of your bank account from there.
Back to Guam.
Recall.
James Howard says it's not coming from the States, most likely Mexico or China. He's talking about fentanyl.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we don't know where it's coming from.
It's
We'll try to
coming
get
from
help,
somewhere.
information out there to help people. Save. We gotta save each other, guys. A Navy Fed has to be family sponsored. Thanks, Lance. Biba Guam says, "Don't go to Pentagon Federal. You'll be in line the whole day."
Thank you, John Jose Cruz Sanchez, he says he's changing his bank tomorrow.
Oh, good
Warren
job.
says banks exist for one reason and one reason only: to take money off the backs of their customers. They literally, slow down, guys. They literally use you to make money.
No, that's
They
absolutely
do.
true. That's the biggest difference between a bank and a credit union
Yeah.
is that credit unions are it's a not-for-profit bank. It's owned by its members.
Vita Roberto says, Troy, I'm so sorry about Gus, but he's no longer in pain that he's crossed over Rainbow Bridge. I'm sure he appreciated you.
Thanks, Pizza.
If anybody knew Gus, he's like, he never barked. He just pranced around,
Gotta waddle.
Yeah, he just,
I love Cocker Spaniels.
For Tanya Toby says, for Navy Fed, call me. I'll sponsor you. LOL. Michelle Mendiola, I will open another account.
Biba.
Oh, and then John Sanchez says, Troy, that was me at Kmart.
Okay.
Ha, ha, ha.
I remember. I remember.
Okay, we're moving on. We're going to talk about Guam and our...
Oh,
You
Senator Moylan. Let me just.
Yes.
Senator Moylan
wrote to the governor today, right? That was to the governor? Right here.
He
Oh, no,
never
it was just a
ceases
statement.
to
He just
amaze
released
me.
He wrote a statement, yeah.
He's done
Here.
talking to the
2
governor because the
fingers
governor
and a
never
shot.
writes back.
No,
to him.
she doesn't, and she tries to ostracize him and leave him out because he has a different point of view for the people. Well, you shouldn't do that. That's not what your elected official's supposed to do.
Okay, so our next story for tonight, Moylan to governor. You can hire directors for closed agencies while Guamanians struggle. Governor Lou, do we even have to say governor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Governor Lou Leon Guerrero last week hired her cousin, Gillette Leon Guerrero, to be the director of a small agency that has managed without a permanent head for the past decade. And while the agency is closed, the Council for the Arts and Humanities Agency was consolidated under the Department of Chamorro Affairs by former Governor Eddie Calvo in a sweeping reorganization of the government of Guam in his first year in office. Since then, the DCA president has overtaken the official duties of the CAHA executive director, a role DCA President Anne Marie Arceo filled until Gillette Leon Guerrero was hired last week. Senator Moylan, Jim Moylan, who doesn't question Gillette Leon Guerrero's qualifications for the job, instead takes Lou Leon Guerrero to task for expanding her high-paid cabinet as unemployment eclipses any other economic period in modern history. He also calls into question the veracity of the governor's financial outlook and reports, and asks how the governor plans on funding government services without enough revenue this fiscal year and next. In a strongly worded statement, Mr. Moylan wrote, "While the island slowly overcomes this global pandemic, it is disappointing to read media reports that indicate the governor's hiring of a director and a
Dictator.
I almost said dictator.
That was natural.
Governor's hiring of a director and a deputy director in the midst of this COVID-19 crisis. And even at that, for non-essential agencies. For weeks, families were starving, and many more continue to do so. And it took the pressures of protests, introductions of legislation, and social media cries for the administration to finally establish a program to provide a local stimulus. However, even at that, it failed to assist the hundreds of families who lost their jobs. Despite several pleas to amend the eligibility for the program to allow more families to benefit, the administration chose to do nothing. However, in the midst of thousands of island residents losing their jobs, the administration elected to hire a director for CAHA and a deputy director for DISID, DISID, both of agencies deemed as non-essential and closed by the virtue of the governor's executive order. While I don't question the qualifications of either individual hired, I wonder what the priorities of this administration are. While we overcome this crisis with no timelines, while we combat an invisible enemy, it makes one wonder why no immediate actions were pursued to help individuals place food on their tables. However, the governor instead elected to grow her cabinet membership. A couple of weeks ago, my office requested for the administration's reconsideration of the fiscal year 2021 budget and to submit a revised version. It is abundantly clear within several meetings involving members of the governor's budget team that we are in a serious economic crisis. Our tourism numbers may take 12 to 18 months at the minimum to get back to the pre-COVID arrival figures. And unemployment continues to remain at an all-time high. With reductions in an array of taxes, how does the administration plan on attaining the revenues to maintain $1 billion budget? Instead of reducing costs, they are hiring additional employees for management roles, whose agencies are not functioning at this time. This is certainly worrisome. I do hope that the governor can not only justify the need of these hirings in the midst of this pandemic, but how she plans to fund such positions, considering the global economic conditions.
Well, thank you, Sandra.
You read that like
I'm
a
not
champion,
even-
though.
Well,
even-
But how about Senator Moylan, though?
Yes.
Can we just...
You know, there's nothing she could say that could justify these hirings
No.
right now.
No.
Nothing.
While her people are struggling and suffering and starving,
She don't
let
care.
me just tell you, I was telling you guys earlier today, you know, I've seen a lot of people come together, and you're right, there's no place I would rather be than here because our people come together in a time of crisis. And when the head of your island, of your people, has not made an effort to help at all, I mean, where's the first gentleman? Where's the governor's husband? We haven't had any help. It's just been ourselves, community, locally, small kind, doing what we can to help each other.
To survive.
You know, and it really says something. It's shameful, and I'm ashamed. I'm like really ashamed and embarrassed for us as a people.
This burns my butt because on Friday I got a phone call from probation. I'm on probation, okay? I got a phone call from my probation officer. You know, of course, he's like, "Oh, how are you doing? Did you get your stimulus?" Yada yada yada. And like, no, I didn't get my stimulus. Okay, I did not get stimulated. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't get
And
stimulated
it's been
either.
2 weeks. It's been, what, 2 weeks?
Janela
Are we on the
Carrera
third
got
week?
stimulated.
And
She's the only one.
He proceeds to tell me that they are filing a violation report on me for not paying my fine and not doing my community service.
Which is disgusting because we've been in lockdown for almost 3 months. We're heading into 3 months.
Okay. And we are also our food. I don't qualify for food stamps because I have a drug charge. Okay?
Yeah, so you're automatically ineligible.
So I don't have that either. So I proceed to ask him, how do I fix this? I don't want to be violated because I didn't do anything wrong.
And you're doing the steps. You're taking the steps you need to fix everything. And it's almost like they set you up. They're setting everybody up for failure with their system, the way they're going
and I
about
no longer have an
everything.
attorney.
No.
They act like we're not in a pandemic. You know, people need help, and they're making the process harder.
They really are.
They're requiring so much documents when a letter from their employer or something.
Your mayor's verification. I mean, it's the same application you apply for food stamps and Medicaid and cash assistance. But I'm sorry, in a pandemic, you should have simplified that application.
Yes.
If you have a social security number, you are here living in Guam, and you are unemployed, you should be automatically, there shouldn't be a 14, 16 page application you should have to
and all of that should come, right? You give the help.
Yeah.
And it's somewhere on the application it should say, if you answer any of these things falsely,
yeah,
we will come after you.
Yeah, and it should be simple
we
as
will
that.
garnish your wages wherever you are.
Everything's locked down. Everything was closed. And the first thing that irritated me was the governor saying, apply for SNAP assistance. First of all, sis, since we're in this together and everything, food stamps does not pay.
She's a man, baby.
Yeah,
she's a man.
Food stamps don't pay your phone bill. It doesn't pay your car insurance, and it certainly doesn't pay your car payments. It doesn't pay your mortgage. It doesn't buy toiletries. You can't buy anything like that on food stamps. So that was like a slap in the face to every struggling person, working class citizen here we keep Bank of Guam in the fat, rolling in the funds with our house mortgages, our car loans, our personal loans, our credit cards,
$32 million mortgage,
which is disgusting. She should have taken that. That should let y'all know how out of touch with the people of Guam she really is, and it's disgusting. And I've never been so ashamed before in my entire life. I've been a proud tomorrow. When I was growing up in the States, I would be like, they'd say, what are you, Mexican? And I'd be like, no, I'm from Guam, bro. Where'd you get your education? I'd be so insulted, because we're the spearhead in line of defense. So I grew up respecting that. My dad was a veteran and he was a federal police officer, and I carried that torch proudly. So when I moved here, I was proud, like, oh my God, I'm I'm getting in touch, taking a dip in the motherland whenever I go to the beach, getting back in touch with my Chamorro roots. And then I would see little things in the news. Never have I been so embarrassed and disgusted by our government.
For help.
It's awful. It's disgusting. And if you're not enraged, I don't know what is the tipping point for you to want to speak out and fight for your people and your island.
If you ain't mad, you're sleeping at the
yeah,
wheel. You guys need to wake up.
You're not paying attention.
Wake up.
At all.
So, okay, on to our next story. Let me see.
That was very upsetting.
Yes. You can put that on.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Silence. I don't
Silence,
know. The administrations,
Silence.
and it's not just the administrations. I mean, when I first got here to Guam, and then FESPAC occurred, that was embarrassing. And not only that, their priorities are not, common sense.
Wait, can I just read this and then you guys can comment?
Okay. Yeah.
Because I really want to hear what you guys have to say about this. You can go to my screen, Prem.
Shoot.
Investigation if audit shows impropriety. Speaker Tina Munia Barnes said she has been concerned about the accountability of money during the public health emergency and provided Kandit with correspondence she sent to Public Auditor Benjamin J. Cruz, asking him to look into Governor Lou Leongaro's spending of federal and local funds. On April 29, 2020, Ms. Munia Barnes wrote to Mr. Cruz, as millions of dollars have already been spent and hundreds of millions more is yet to enter our government and economy, I join the public in the sense that we must ensure that these funds are expended appropriately. The Speaker offered to introduce legislation that would assist Mr. Cruz to audit the government and ensure the accountability of funds. Given that the task in front of our government is unprecedented in nature, I am sure that many policies and procedures are being developed as we go. As such, I am hoping that since the OPA has committed to getting these audits done before the end of the fiscal year, there will still be a few months left in this term to address this matter. Furthermore, I understand that an RFP will be going out from the government of Guam for an independent auditor to perform an internal audit. My rationale behind this is that I want to have all the facts presented to me from both audits, and should there be any discrepancies or the slightest impropriety, I assure you that the Committee on Public Accountability will be looking into this matter. Ms. Munir Barnes is the Oversight Chairwoman on Public Accountability.
Is she?
First of all, none of this would be happening if we didn't push that button.
Nope. And let me just say this about Tina. Oh, Tina. Okay.
Oh, she's not your Auntie Tina?
No, she's
Oh.
not my auntie. And let me tell you why she's not my auntie. Because my auntie would rally for the people. She'd fight for the people instead of pushing her agenda, the governor's agenda. You know, she wouldn't care if she was ostracized like Senator Moylan. She would fight for the people and do what's right. You know, it's not a popularity contest.
And Tina's voice in that house, the legislature, is the loudest
She
voice.
is the speaker, Madam Speaker.
And rude.
Yeah, I don't recognize you.
Yep.
From that day forward, it made me feel like it was a personal attack against me because as a taxpayer, I fund your job. We helped you get in that position. You should have our best interest at mind, at heart. Every time you step into that office, you should be reminded of the oath you took. And I feel like a lot of these senators have forgotten their place, their position, and how they got there. Whether it was small kind or you grew up with money. You know, you should have your people's back. You should fight for what's right. You shouldn't care about, oh, the governor's going to be mad at me. Well, guess what? It is your job. This is your job to fight for the people. And I know you're getting emails because I'm one of those people that sent you an email and asked you the hard questions, and I didn't get a response back. Out of all the senators I responded back, I got 3 responses back. One was Senator Moylan, one was Senator Talahi, and the other one was Tila Tatagui. Those are my 3 senators. And you know, it takes a lot. For me, I felt vindicated in a way, like, wow, my voice really matters and they really cared about the situation I'm going through, because I am that taxpayer that I'm sitting aside waiting for Reverend Tax to get their stuff together and process my taxes so I can get a stimulus check. I have a family that relies on my income to help support them. I've been unemployed. I guarantee you I'll get unemployment before I'll receive my stimulus check. And you know, that's a problem. That's a real problem I have here. You know, in the States, you can file your taxes, 2 weeks you get your refund.
So
Here
I mean,
it takes a year.
The stimulus
Sometimes two.
money's been here, what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
Longer than
Stimulus
that.
money has been here
Since April 16th.
Yeah, since April.
Right? April 16th?
We're heading into June.
And people still don't have their
I'm
stimulus
I'm
checks.
on okay, so I'm on a
Well, I know
Facebook
people
page,
who received it and spent it all and freaking had to take money from my bank account.
and shame on you. Okay, God will punish you.
I'm so
I'm gonna
pissed
tell you
off.
about karma, but I'm on a page
Why are you
for
laughing?
a stimulus. You know, it's for Guam stimulus only, and people are saying that they haven't received their checks, but they filed back in 2018. What do you mean you haven't received your check? And I'm telling you right now, she is limited. Send out a couple here, send out a couple there, so that bank can accumulate interest. And you know, you can't do that. Your people are starving. You want to open up the shops, the malls and everything. You know why you don't have any income, no shoppers? I'm seeing less shoppers. Remember that story that came out in the Post? There's not a lot of people shopping here. Well, it's because we're broke. We have no money. And the money, that $1,200, you think we're going to ball out so we fall out? No, that is spent already on the 2 months of back bills that are sitting, piling up. Thank you, GTA, by the way.
And I'm sorry, for all of you guys who went to Ross and went shopping.
Did you see the rack?
You guys must have gotten your stimulus checks, but you know what?
I didn't. I just had to go get it out of my system. I didn't. I promise.
But you know,
You want
that
my Ross
stimulus-
fix?
That stimulus check is not going to last long. And I hope you guys all didn't blow it.
It's all spent.
I hope you guys all have enough money to feed your families because our economy thrives on tourism.
It's
when
gone.
When is everybody going back to work?
And the problem is the economy has suffered so far. Let me tell you about the backlash that we're going to have. If they think that we can just reopen, we can't just bounce back from that. We're looking at least a year of trying to make that up. And you know, a lot of that is the governor's problem and the governor's fault because we knew about this virus. Listen, we're so close to Asia. You cannot tell me that her advisors were like, we're so close to Asia. We should really take pre-measures, you know, to prevent this from coming here. But no, we're going to make a video and tell you we're COVID free. You know, that was like.
Advisors should be fired.
Everybody.
Fired.
I'm sorry, but everybody who has had a hand in that is at fault for that. You know, shame on you. And the people are waking up. Don't you think the people aren't waking up? And we have to get out of this whole old way of thinking, you know, my vote don't count, or let the government do their job. That's their job. Give them some time.
Oh, be quiet because you're not supposed to say anything.
Yeah, God forbid.
Those are my favorite. That's my favorite.
No, that's not the time. The time is if you see something wrong and something's happening, and the government, our local government is paid for by taxpayer money. That means they work for us. And we're suffering, we're not getting paid, we're out of jobs, our shelves are bare. I mean, they're selling stuff that I would never in a thousand, I'd rather starve than buy some of the stuff on the shelf, you know? And that's a problem for me because here you take our comfortable way of living, and as a governor and a governing body, well, I entrusted all faith in you to have my interests at heart. So in a pandemic or any typhoon, whether it's a typhoon, anything, any kind of state of emergency, I expect you to do right by everybody and have that plan laid out. And I know there was a playbook. There was a playbook. And instead, they decided to wing it.
No. Unprecedented.
Oh.
That is the word of the COVID-19.
Unprecedented. Listen, no, you had a plan. There was a plan. And if there's a laid out plan, and even though this is unprecedented, you could have taken that plan and built off of it. But instead, they didn't do that. And now the people of Guam are starving. They're suffering. I personally am months behind in the bills I need to take care of and the responsibilities I need to take care of. So if you think I'm going to go, listen, and I love Ross. Nobody loves Ross. I mean, Troy probably loves Ross more than me. I love Ross.
No, probably me. I went first.
I love Ross. I can't even listen.
It moved quick.
I can't. I just can't. I believe.
I just had to go in. I didn't buy what I usually would buy.
I get it, yeah.
Okay?
I get it.
I just had to go in and go through, the process.
Yeah.
Make you feel good.
I just can't. Yeah. I miss the candle aisle. Okay, I'm that person.
That is why he calls it the area of the unnecessary.
I'll spend 45 minutes in candle aisle. Okay, and
It's called the aisles of unnecessary magic.
I love it. I totally love it because I love the candy aisle. Look, that's my candy aisle. I need to go in the candle aisle when I go to Ross. But I can't even do that. And, I've paid taxes. I'm not knocking anybody who lives off of the government or anything because some people can't work. You know what I mean? But as a taxpayer, I expect you guys to move efficiently enough to make sure that a person like me or a family like mine isn't forgotten or fallen in between the cracks because I wasn't a 2018 tax filer. I didn't file taxes till 2019. So that means a whole group of people are being left out because you guys can't get your stuff together and process everything fast enough. You've had nothing more than ample time. And if that doesn't make you mad, I don't know what will. What will it take for us to wake up as an island be like, enough is enough.
Imagine if the federal money did not come.
Where will we be? That is a great question.
Jinx.
Paying for everything seashells, as far as I'm concerned. I got a nice Sanahi and a turtle shell necklace I'm willing to trade for some shampoo. Almost like we're almost there. You know,
but imagine if this federal did not come.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Where would this governor?
It's
have
embarrassing because our government is like, those extra few positive COVID cases made us eligible for FEMA. Did you read that?
I didn't.
I read it and I was in a rage because I was just like, okay, so wait a minute. You reopen the government, you reopen malls, GPO is semi-open, but you open up Micronesian Mall and then those 10 positive cases came out. And that just put us at the limit for we're eligible for FEMA help. I mean,
it's almost like they're playing with the numbers.
Yeah.
They are.
Well, let me just tell you, they totally are because you are worth more to these people, and I mean these people like the government. You're worth more as a COVID positive patient than you are alive as a taxpayer. I mean, there's some hospitals, some states getting $11,000 per COVID patient. And I don't know, but I was born and tattooed a number in my ear or in my lip like some kind of, livestock.
Yeah.
But that's basically what's happening here.
Are you on any device? Is any of your devices? Never mind. Oh yeah, sorry, forgot.
Yeah, we're having technical difficulties.
Is it just?
Let's read some.
He's on screen.
Oh, Danilo.
I was gonna
She's
get
mad.
a
She's
t-shirt.
mad.
I was gonna get a t-shirt that says
I want one.
I'm just here for the
Eggplants.
for the eggplants.
Oh man.
I'm here for the eggplants.
The Vienna.
Janela.
The Vienna sausage.
If
What do
you're
you mean
listening, eggplant.
The
That's
spring roll?
a compliment. That thing was like,
I mean the spring roll.
I've seen Pinky's thicker than that. Like, oh my God, I'm sorry, Mom.
You've been talking to my sister.
Is there still problems with the internet?
I'm going over, looking over our. Oh, it looks like we're back.
Bear with us, guys.
It's like a kung fu movie. My sister said.
Everybody's kung fu fighting.
As fast as lightning.
Lance says laggy just a bit. Lance, where is our Denancy? I'm waiting. I want your Denancy.
A.
Stonefish says corners will be cut with the federal funds so it can be used to bail out the local government, meaning everyone that is supposed to get a stimulus payment might not. Oh, no. That is not happening.
Jello, I don't think you can.
And what?
YouTube.
Oh.
Yeah. Our internet somewhere along the line.
Okay, so Doria Cruz said, we need to stop electing people from wealthy families of Guam. They're so disconnected from the struggles that the people are going through. That's so true. And let me tell you something. We need young ideas. We need
like come out kicking.
young people. And okay, so when me and Sandra went to the Department of Election to get the petition started for the recall of Governor Liu, we had the amount of voters. We need 50% signatures of the people who voted. And out of 186,000 people here on island, only
37,386 people voted.
Yeah, 37,000 people voted out of 186,000 people. And that is disturbing. And so, that's doable. Don't you think that ain't doable? We are going to do the footwork and the groundwork to make that happen. Because
and this is the segment into us. This is our journey into the recall of Lulu Bell.
Lulu Bell's got to go.
Yeah. So
it's time to change. Guam, it's time for Guam to change.
We need to change. We need to wake up. We can't keep living in this old way of thinking where, that's my party, that's my child. No. Because we want change, but we keep doing and electing the same people into office and expecting something different to happen. That is the definition of insanity. Banging your head against the rock and then expecting a different result. No.
And honestly,
Yeah.
it would be greatly appreciated if everybody signs this recall petition, because we cannot have Lou serve out the rest of her term. You know, I mean,
We don't have another 2.5 years to let
Goodness
her
forbid.
drive
I mean-
Guam into the Marianas Trench.
and Lord knows our future governor is going to have so much to clean up.
Yeah,
I mean, and not only from Lou's term, but from administrations before.
And I didn't want
know?
her to fail. I did not
Oh, I
want.
didn't.
I
I
didn't
voted
want Lou
for
to
her.
fail. I'll tell you why. Like I had high hopes, because she was the first female governor. She could have been a great role model for our young men down the line. Like, yes, this can be done. You can lead with grace and integrity. But everything she's done, every step she's taken, me personally, everybody's always like, when I have something negative to say, like on KUAM, like I watch her live addresses. A lot of the times I'm trying to troll her, but it's only because, the truth hurts. And I want her to hear me because I am a voter.
She has a Twitter.
And it's not about being. It's what's
truth.
happening.
And
It's what's happening.
I
And we need
expected
to-
more from her. I really did. And instead, if I was Lou, people ask, what would you have done if you were in her position? Well, the first thing I would have done is I'd have hired somebody with the license in the background to be my legal counsel. First and foremost, anybody in my circle, I love you. I'm all about family. I love you.
But
If
don't
you-
give me
if you-
me a reason. Don't give them a reason for them to come after us.
So
get a license first.
For real.
You want this job? Go get a license and call
Yeah,
me when you're ready.
So that way they can't clown me and drag me through the mud.
That's the problem. That's the problem here on Guam.
Yes.
And it's got to stop. This pari who you know system, it doesn't work.
Because it's not helping us. It's really not. And
Yeah.
we're expecting everything to change. But yet we keep voting in these people. I mean,
But
it's typical political stuff,
when Lou first started, she was all out
Oh,
doing all
yeah.
these declarations.
I'm in.
And I'm like, well, who's working at Lou, right? Okay, so
I
she
vote
has
for Lou.
she has all these committees that are working on all the different things that need to be done, which is
That's
cool.
fine.
Which is cool that she has all these committees, but the thing that she doesn't do, she doesn't follow. Like when
There's no
Linda DeNorsi was giving out all these numbers that weren't working to the public. I mean, where's the follow-up with Linda? Where's the follow-up with that department, making sure that the public is getting the right information?
Yeah, and that's the thing. They keep coming out with, in the beginning, the first, okay. So when you turn on the news, we're a small island. I expect my local news to cover everything local. I don't want to hear about everything going outside of the island.
Well, I don't know, because, if whatever problems that we have here in Guam, they should reach out to other governors or other agencies in the U.S. to see, hey, how are you working this?
We mirrored this.
Yeah,
but clearly we
instead, we just make up our own shit.
Clearly, we're not following
and just wing
anybody.
it and hope it works.
Yeah.
And it's not.
And it's not. Yeah, you're right. And the problem I have with that is, gosh, there's a lot of steps that Lou could have taken. I would have fired my son-in-law, hired real legal counsel. For real. I'm not
For
kidding.
real, yeah.
Yeah, because he's gotten her in a lot of hot water.
Actually,
Here, let me implicate her.
Oh, she hasn't felt it yet.
No.
It's coming.
That's the
me.
thing. And then all stuff with Carla Branch, Janella. I mean, these are things that I would have been like, you're fired, you're fired, you're fired. Let me make a quick statement on that so I don't lose the trust of the people, because the people are the ones who put me in this position, and I'm supposed to be fighting and rallying for them, because guess what? I'm trying to fight for y'all and become governor again for another term.
And so, because she hires within the party and who you know system, these people are making her look an ass. I mean, she doesn't need help much in that department. But they're making it look it's worse.
And first of all, Lou, if you are listening, I'm
They
just
make
gonna
her look
need
like
you
shit.
not to address me like I'm a commenter, because I'm not, sis. I'm grandma. And if we ever met on the street, I don't know if I could contain myself.
Well, what do you all think of the brought up Janela Carrera? I'm wondering, as
As-
women, and I appreciate that this is a panel of women tonight, or we're not announced what this is, but this is a trial run of things to come in an expanded Kandit program. But what do you all think of I don't even know how to put this, but the big elephant in the room is the Janela Carrera stuff going around.
The video.
The tape.
The video and the pictures and all that stuff. I guess there are several places you could go with that, and you guys should start.
You can review the video.
Well, Janela and Lou should just resign.
Well, first of all, let me just say.
What did you think? Have you seen it?
The video?
Yeah.
You gave it to me.
I know.
Oh God.
What did you think about it?
Damn, it was. That's it? No, because it was only 12 seconds long. I was expecting a little bit more because I mean there was it was dead fish and sausage going on, you know. But you know, Janela and Lou need to step down for the best interest of our island.
Oh, well,
actually, the whole administration.
Let me just tell you, Janela. No.
For real, right?
No, sis. And because I have daughters, I really don't know how to feel about that. But if I was Lou, I would force you to resign because you're a reflection on me and the first female
Well, let's say
governor.
she can't.
Well, you can't.
What Lou cannot because of powers that be.
She got all the powers. She got special powers, superpowers. I mean,
legislator power, apparently. Well, here's my thing. Janela, Guam is small. If you thought this was like you, like Mimi and the other from Love and Hip Hop releasing a sex tape, no, that was a fail. Okay, at least make it like where we don't know it's you. You know, we know.
She knew they were.
We know, and if
You know,
it's disgusting. Shame on you. I'm
what
gonna need
you do
you to
in
go
your
to the
bedroom
clinic.
is your business.
It is.
I go by that, but I think she should own it, and we can move forward.
Yeah, at least that's the thing. When you do something wrong, at least
And
own
then
up
you
to
act
it.
like you didn't do anything wrong. And
Yeah.
especially
You know, it's
when the
thing
people
after
out there are
thing.
meaner than you are, you best believe.
If it's in the past, it's in your past and it shouldn't be brought up. But if it's done in the present, in a position that you have.
Oh God, Pamela J.M. Wolford, I'm sorry. She said stimulated power. Yo, sis, you ain't never lied. I watched that video and I felt like I needed a shower and an appointment at a clinic.
If
It didn't do any of that for me.
I
It
mean,
didn't do
only
anything
because
for me.
sometimes I am prudish, but I mean, if you're gonna let something like that leak, at least make it good.
Dude, this administration is nothing but a big circus.
They're a joke
It is.
and they're embarrassment.
I mean, it's
really
like,
are
what, do they need a
embarrassment.
break from the bank
It's
and
a
go
shame.
run Adelaide
And
or
that's
something?
another thing. Can we not like vote in people who are financial people like from an institution? Okay, Lou like pushed that thing. I was a nurse. Okay, nothing that she has done, no steps she has taken has been all banker moves. There hasn't been one move of empathy,
Of nurse
of
move.
nursing.
No-
That part
no
of
nurse
her
move.
died. Let her fool you. Okay? She is about the money. And if she ain't about the money, you can't relate to me, sis. Because you don't know what it's like having to live paycheck to paycheck, having to make that check stretch until the next pay period. So you cannot relate to me. And if you even thought that you could relate to somebody like me, you would have came at this whole entire situation differently.
And at least made sure the people ate.
Yes, good step. Make some steps. I mean, I've seen everybody. Kandit News has been feeding people. The Guam Daily Post has been feeding people. Sodexo has been feeding people. Senator Mullen has come out to help pass out meals to people.
John Fernandez made sure that
And
that's
the
money from
Department
the
of
gov-
Education,
yeah.
which you neglected to even get. I mean, you gave what, a 30th of a increment to the Department of Education. This is why Guam is so messed up, because we think so little of the Department of Education, and it's disgusting, and it's an outrage, and things need to change. We need change. We need big change, and we need it
change
now.
Things
So as we go on, we have to write a letter to the commission, right?
Yes.
To the Planning Commission.
Yep.
We are going to work on that. That's where we stand. We have to write the letter, and then they give us back how many signatures we need exactly.
They said half of 37,
Yes, but
386.
when they respond to the letter, it's going to give us the exact amount, and we go from there. We go out and get the signatures.
And so we do need volunteers to help us with
Yes.
the petitions. I want to go village by village to not leave anybody out.
Nobody will get left behind. We're not the governor. We'll make sure that you have a voice and your voice is heard.
Because change has to happen, and she cannot continue. She cannot She cannot serve out the rest of her term.
No,
She can't.
we don't have another 2.5 years to let her.
Ruin our island.
She's really, that's what she's doing. I mean, she's throwing us into a destitute position where we're just a booty hair away from Venezuela. Did you like waiting in that long line to pick up your 5-pound bag of food? Because that's where we're headed. And I don't like where we're headed. And I'm willing to
I'm surprised-
sacrifice my time to make sure she gets out.
I'm just, we're not bankrupt.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, well, thank you for funding for carrying float at Bank of Guam. I know you.
Last week we stood outside all week. Monday
did.
We went Friday and then we started up on Monday again all the way Friday. There was a couple of days where there was just us, you know.
Yeah.
And, you know, at that point in time, I just stood there like, no, people need to know.
They
there's
do.
people-
And even if it was only just us out there, I personally, I hate the sun. I mean, I love the beach, don't get me wrong. But I stood out there. We started that protest the Friday before last week. And we stood out there every day except for the weekend because we're weekend warriors and we have families and we have things we have to take care of. But I made sure, like every day, my dad was like, you're going to go back out there. And I was like, yes, even if there's just a handful of us. Information spreads like poison here. It's a small island. And the more people who know wake up, if I just wake up 1 to 2 people, I feel like I have made some sort of change.
Right.
It is time for change, and I'm willing to go door to door to get that petition signed because we need something to happen, and we need it to happen 2 months ago. You know,
Years ago.
we're at a terrible position right now. We're not just going to bounce back like the governor lies and tells you that we're going to bounce back. We're not bouncing back.
Right.
There's no bounce back.
We are in charge of the bounce back. Us as
Yep.
people, we're the ones that have to bounce back, not her.
Yeah.
So I just, yeah.
I'm so with it, and if you're with it with me, you can call me anytime, and I will make sure.
We got to think about our children.
Yes.
We got to think about our kids.
Well, my children were out there protesting with me, and I've never had a more proud parenting moment than my kids being my kids. Okay, I have a 20-year-old daughter, an 18-year-old daughter, and a 15-year-old son. And when I told them I was going to go protest, they were so down for me, and it made me feel so proud, you know, because I was just like, shoot. So even if I'm not making a difference out there, I'm making a difference in-house. You know, my children didn't grow up like fully political. Like, I didn't start getting into politics and really paying attention until my late 20s. And it wasn't until my early 30s that I was like, oh my God, I really need to pay more attention to this because whoever we elect into office is going to affect children down the road. And whoever the next governor is got one heck of a mess to clean up because it's just like the presidency. You inherit all the problems years from behind. You know, it's not, clean slate, you're a new governor. No, you inherit all the problems. And we got to do something, and we have to do it fast, and I'm willing to break my back to make that change happen. You know, that's my legacy. And I feel like, you know, I don't believe in a lot of stuff, and I'm not, you know, I'm passionate about certain things, and this is one. Every day for me to want to go out and protest and stand in the hot sun to prove my point and hold my sign, I'm there, and I've never been in my life in a point where I needed to be there.
And we did it all for you all.
Yeah.
You know? We did it for the people of this island.
Yeah.
And the people honking, and I know y'all y'all feel us, and maybe you're in a certain position where you feel like you can't speak up and do whatever, you know,
Why?
say whatever.
I understand
because
why.
of the backlash. There's a backlash. There's always
for
a backlash.
So I don't mind being that voice. I
No,
love it.
me neither.
Call me,
Apparently me neither.
You know, call me. You gotta learn. You know, people.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people who care about what other people think.
Yeah.
And we need to break that.
We
Eventually
got to
we'll
think
get
about
there.
what is right for you and your family, the kids, our future,
Yeah,
this
we just
island.
have to break that. We're gonna get through. We're gonna get through it. I believe that. I wouldn't be doing what we're doing if I didn't believe we're able to break
Right?
through.
Me too.
Yeah.
We got it.
So, commodities. Commodities is free food for people. The PD distribution site is closed. On Wednesday, May 27, commodity distribution will take place at the Teton Upper Baseball Field from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. and only 2,000 food bags and boxes will be distributed on first come, first served basis. Commodities distribution may end early if all 2,000 bags are distributed before 10 o'clock. And this is for tomorrow. On Friday, GDOE, in collaboration with Pacific Unlimited Incorporated and Matson Guam, will be issuing USDA families to farmers food boxes and DHD food commodity bags at 2 sites. Tiden Upper Baseball Field from 6 to 10 a.m. and Derivos Farmers Market from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. And once again, only 2,000 bags will be distributed there.
Thank you, Guam Department of Education, for
Yeah.
going and
John Fernandez and the board,
Yeah.
they're the funding from the government that governor did,
Thank
guys.
you.
So thank you so much, John, and the Board of Education.
got you.
Also, please, guys, as I mentioned earlier in the beginning of the show, Togi Guam is asking for donations, and these are families that are struggling through addiction and going to classes, and if anybody knows anybody about this addiction, this COVID has really affected families and people suffering from addiction.
Yeah.
Classes ended, they weren't able to meet, and some of these people need those classes and they need to go there in order to stay clean, and it was shut down. So I believe Togi's getting an influx of people, and Guam, they really need your help. So not only them, but also their families, their kids. If you want to donate, please contact Brian at Togi, and let me get the number. Sorry.
Thank you to everybody who has helped make donations to help the
Yes.
people here on Guam.
God bless you.
I mean, our governor didn't spend a penny,
No.
not a dime.
Nothing.
But it was
Hasn't
all
even
of it was
lifted a
all,
voice
everybody
to
else
say
who can
anything.
help everybody.
I mean, not one time, during one press address and any press conference has she announced, oh, well, you can meet here for provisions or anything like
Dude,
that.
what
Not
pissed me
one
off was
single time.
during the press conference, she looks and asks the person to her like,
Oh,
"Oh, do you have food banks here?"
and then
I'm
it-
like, "Are you freaking
yeah.
kidding me?"
Oh, well, here's
She
my
didn't
thing.
care
Guys, I don't
if
even watch
the
it
people
anymore. It just
here.
pisses me off.
I told you why
She
I
didn't
watch
care
it. I
if
watch
our-
it to
the
troll
people of
her,
Hawaii
and
got
I'm
fed.
not sorry. Like,
Okay, Brian at Togi Guam is 989-6687 or 788-5863. Togi is a recovery. It's called Togi for transforming ourselves through healing, growth, and enrichment. They have FB at togi.guam and then IG at Togi Guam. So if you would like to make a donation, I will accept donations for Togi. Just let me know what it is. But if you like to keep Kandit's lights on and can help us and want to help us with our investigations and all of that good stuff, you donate to us on our webpage, www.candidnews.com. We have a PayPal account there. Just press on it, just press donate, and it'll take you. So we accept credit cards and whatever. We don't get any of your bank information. Or you can buy our t-shirts. Tomorrow I'll have the pictures up of our new t-shirts. But yeah, thank you ladies so much for helping me.
Thank you
Yeah.
for having
Yeah,
us.
thank you for
So we
having
will
us.
keep you posted on our journey into the recall of Governor Lulian Guerrero.
Yes.
That's my new job.
Is there anything else? Anything else?
Well, about the hotel.
What about the hotel? What?
About that
the
girl.
hotel, how the taxpayers are paying
Oh, the
for
girl.
that? Which one?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, so
can you explain it?
So I'm sure a lot of people have known about that one girl, that one American girl,
white lady.
that was complaining about her
say it.
hotel room.
because I'm half
Okay.
white, so I can say it.
Okay, so I got to, it was on this one page. Guam, I don't
Informant.
know. Informant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's running
so
for
of
senator,
course,
that guy.
of course, I'm at reach out to my contact at Adaloo, and I'm like, hey.
Oh, you can't say that you have a contact.
Sorry.
yeah, they're gonna really
So
go.
I made a
My
contact.
phone's gonna ring.
Saying, yeah, right. Saying, at least check on these people. Okay, and then I'm like, when these people come to Island, I mean, I don't know why we don't shut our borders down, but
No, or let them come in, test them,
or
and
these
release
people,
them.
these
Yeah.
people that have no business coming to Guam because they're not from here, they pay for their own lodging. And so I was told that it is United has this page out saying that they are responsible for their lodging and accommodations while they are here. Okay, then why is Lou paying these hotels? If these people are responsible for their accommodations, why is all this hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars going to these hotels?
I don't think they have it together. They don't know what they're doing.
Oh, I'm sorry, real quick. I was reading the comments. Okay, so I'm just gonna say this. If you do not need to get in line, if you do not need help or food or anything like that, I need you to think about that, because you're taking from people that actually need the help.
Amen.
And if you don't need it, I'm going to need you to sit down and look in the mirror and look at yourself, because you're taking from a family who actually is in desperate need, who uses their last little bit of gas to wait in a 2-3 hour line to pick up a 5-pound bag of food. That's somebody desperate. And when you get in that line and you're more than capable of financially feeding yourself and family, you are seriously taking and hurting the families that can't provide for themselves right now. And I'm sorry, I just had to say that because Samantha, how do you say that?
Yeah, no, it's okay. You don't have to say it.
Yeah, she said, I live on Nimitz Hill, and the line for the commodities last Friday was insane. What I don't get is the the nice cars like the Lexus and stuff in that line. She said, how shameful. Some of these people who received those food boxes, free food, definitely did not need it. I really hope there is a way to root out the shameful con artists. Well, unfortunately, there isn't.
Well, we ran into some here.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, unfortunately, you can't weed out those people. But
just have to
I'm
believe
just
that
gonna say it now. I'm gonna call you out and call you on your stuff. If that's you, you should be ashamed of yourself. And I'm a firm believer in karma. And you just wait until karma comes to meet you, sis or brother, whoever you may be, because that's shameful. It's disgusting, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, Poppy Cholo 670.
Oh my God.